Wow, do I have a bunch of updates for you guys. We had a mulch fire in the backyard. Stay tuned for that at the end of this video. Let's see, I got updates on the OSV, a couple restaurants. It's going to be a good one. So I'm going to head into Ocean City. Along the way, I'll give you the updates on what's going on at the OSV, why the Maryland side is shut down, but the Virginia side is still open. So very confusing. I've been dying to go out onto OSV, but it's been shut down for a couple weeks, so I'll tell you why. All right, let's head into Ocean City. We'll kick off the updates. I didn't realize how dirty my truck was. I'm getting a car wash first, and then we're going to go in there and do this thing. Ah, much better. Look at the leaves changing color. It's like a perfect fall day down here. It's almost 60 degrees. Leaves are changing. We're usually like the last ones in Maryland to change. Usually like Western Maryland is the first. But yeah, so anyway, so the OSV. All right, OSV, if you're not familiar, is the oversand vehicle. It's on Assateague Island. You can drive out onto the beach if you want to. I'm not going to get into all the specifics of it, just because I've already done it in the past, but this is more for anyone that does have a pass that's wondering what's going on. So, let's see where to start. So the government is shut down now. The last shutdown that we had, the OSV was still open. They were not checking passes at the guard booths, but the Rangers were. So it was not affected by the shutdown last time. This time it is. I got a comment from Dan Wilson. He was saying that it's the government shutdown. I thought for sure it was not, but no, he was right, it is. So what happened? The Virginia side is open, but the Maryland side is closed. I know it's confusing. Okay, so before the shutdown, we had some bad storms, and the Maryland side, I don't know what's going on the Virginia side, first of all, okay? But this is just for the Maryland side. So we did have some storms. They shut down the Maryland side, and then we had the nor'easter, and the government got shut down, and while the nor'easter was going on. So what the Maryland side decided to do was to not open the OSV again until the shutdown is over. So that's what's going on with it. It sucks too, because I was like really wanting to go out in the fall. The fall out there is by far my favorite time, but hopefully it'll be over soon, and then we can get back out there. Someone was saying that it was because they couldn't assess the damage. I don't think that was true, but it came from one of the Rangers that had told somebody, and then he shared it with everybody else. So yeah, it was the Rangers that are saying this. So that's what's going on. So we're gonna go up to the Fenwick line. I got updates up there, and then I got a couple more updates going through Ocean City. And one of them I just actually found out yesterday. So we'll go up to the Fenwick line and we'll start from there. My windows are much cleaner than they were before. I didn't realize how bad they were. They were awful. Here's looking up into Delaware. While I'm driving up to the Fenwick line, I should actually bring up, I've been getting a lot of messages from people asking about just like certain things going on, like are the hotels open, what restaurants are open, stuff like that. So the way that Ocean City works is you have like your like off-season hours, then your winter hours, and then your summer hours. Summer, obviously everybody's open all the time. Your off-season hours are pretty much, they're open like say Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then there's off-season like winter hours where they're just completely shut down. So there are some that have gone into like the winter hours and they just shut down completely. But the majority are operating on the off-season hours. So if you want to go anywhere, I would definitely try to figure out either on their website or Facebook or Google or anything to figure out like who's open. And that will tell you pretty much, you'll have like a good idea of what's going on. The majority of the hotels are all still open. None of them really shut down too early for the season. They usually shut down over the winter. But it's mainly the restaurants. So whatever you're looking into, I would definitely research it before just booking a trip and showing up. So, all right, I will see you at Nick's. Used to be Nick's House of Ribs. First up is Nick's. Used to be Nick's House of Ribs, and then I believe he sold it, and then it just went to Nick's Kitchen and Bar. and now it's up for sale again. Yeah, pretty crazy. When I first heard about it, the reviews, well, when he first sold it, the reviews were not really spectacular, if you know what I mean. It was kind of like hit or miss. So I wasn't even sure how long he was actually going to have it before he just decided to sell it. But yeah, it's up for sale now. And that's all the way at the end. The Fenwick line is literally right there. So it's right on the Maryland, Fenwick, Delaware line. So yeah. So we're going to go to the next one. The next one kind of shocked me because I just found out about it yesterday. It's extremely confusing, so I will try my best to explain all of it. Yeah, it's really, really weird what went on. So I'll explain it when I get there, and I want to check out a sign that was just put out on the door. So I'll see you over at the next one. For anyone that really cares, the mattress center in there went out of business. That's one that says for lease. I'm not going to go in there because I've already done updates on it in the past, but this is the Montego Bay Shopping Center Liberatories that's went in there and took over the Squares Pizza. They are officially open. So I definitely want to check that one out because I know the Baltimore ones were really good. But that's going to be high on the list to try. I'm passing 125th Street Park. I have to bring up updates on that. The trams, I don't know if they're going to be running the trams at the Winter Festive Lights, only because they are not running the trams on the boardwalk anymore. So the article that I read said that it was pretty much like they were selling the carts and they were restoring the Jeeps back to normal, like taking the lights off and big trailer hitches and all that stuff. So yeah, the trams are no more in Ocean City. It sucks. I really wish that they would have kept them. I know that there was a lot of DOT infractions that happened after the incident with the unfortunate passing of the little boy that got hit. But it just seems like it was too much for them to make it work. They did mention that they were looking into alternatives, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's sad. It really is. But yeah, so I don't know if they're going to have them at the Winter Festive Lights or if they're going to keep one or two. I'm not sure. I don't know. Next one up I'm pulling in here is Midtown Roadhouse. And I noticed the sign was off the other day, and then a sign on the door caught me off guard, and then I started doing a lot of digging around to find out what the heck is going on because it did not make any sense. I mean, it literally says, "Welcome bikers, they were open for Bike Week." Yeah, it's so bizarre, but all right, yeah, I think they're out of business. All right, let me get out. Let me go check the sign. Then I'll explain what's going on because it's really weird. All right, like I said, I saw the sign. The sign right there used to say Midtown Roadhouse and it's off. So this used to be, going back, it was 3 Anchors, Mother's Cantina. 3 Anchors never even opened. Mother's Cantina, I'm not sure if they opened or not. I don't think that they did. I think Mother's still owns it or they're leasing it out, I'm not sure. And then Coastal Creations opened. That sign is still there. That never even came down. They were open for like a year, and then Midtown Roadhouse was open for a couple months. And I'm pretty sure that they're closed. So I went on their Facebook page and I was scrolling through, and they did this massive like rebranding that they were trying to work on. There was a new chef and general manager that took over. It was really bizarre. And then they were advertising for full-time staff for over the winter. And yeah, that was like the new logo that they had up. Yeah, they completely switched the menu. It's not even close to what it was. It's like a Tex-Mex style, I guess. And then abruptly on September 19th, they said they're closed for the season. So they advertised full-time workers, and then 2 weeks later, they closed for the season. And then I noticed this sign says private property, which is not good. Oh, they were evicted. Yikes. What? Dang. They were evicted on the 21st. That's why they said they were closed for the season. They didn't pay their rent. They owed $22,000 in rent. Holy crap. Wow, I guess that explains everything. Wow. Eviction October 21st at 9 a.m. Yeah. That is nuts. I gotta be honest, I was looking at the reviews of it. Yeah, there's no trespassing signs everywhere. I was looking at the reviews of it. 4 months ago, the owners were like on top of it. Like if you wrote a bad review, they were like, oh, we own it, it's on us, whatever, we'll do our best next time, we'll take care of you, whatever. 3 months ago, it was pretty much like, it was totally different. Like they didn't even respond to reviews anymore. Tons of bad reviews. A lot of the bad reviews that I saw were like the pulled pork sliders were terrible. It was very slow service. The drinks were not that good. It was another, pretty much if you went in with like a party of 5, maybe 3 of you might get your food out and then the other 2 might have to wait another 15 or 20 minutes. It's just a lot of inconsistencies, but wow. So what did they just not pay their rent the whole time they were there? I don't get it. They were only open like 4 or 5 months. I don't know. That is wild. Huh. All right, we're gonna keep heading south towards the inlet. I got more updates down that way. Next up, right past, or right before Saltwater 75, is a Quiet Storm, the new one. It used to be the old Coldwell Banker building. They're finally open. And I would highly recommend it if you come down here to go to any Quiet Storm. The one on the boardwalk is my favorite. And in the winter, they have heck of a good deal on a lot of stuff. I mean, like 50% off t-shirts, and that's usually when I restock, because over the summer I ruin all my shirts and then I just go restock. Pizza Mambo, that's the new one. It says they're open, but they don't look open. I don't know what's been going on with that. That's been really weird. They moved out of the shopping center next to them and got that one. That was the old OCM Crabs. And then they put a ton of money into it, like fixing it up and all that. And I've never actually really seen many people there. They went from just a pizza place to like burgers and subs and all types of foods. So no clue what's going on. If you guys have tried the new one, I would love to know how it is. So we're gonna keep going, and we have a couple more. The next one that's shut down, I don't know if it's sold or not. It did say that it was up for sale, was not there. It used to be the old Key West, then it went to Tequila Frogs, and then it went to Not There. And Not There was, no pun intended, not there long. Yeah, it was a lot of stuff that went on at that place, but we kind of figured it was not going to be there long, and it definitely was not. I don't even think it was a year. And then the next one is a mini golf update up here. I'm sure if you've heard the news, if you haven't, I'll show you. Next up is Old Pro Golf. If you notice, the castle's being torn down. Remember the big castle that used to be there? It's not there anymore. I'm not sure what's going in there. It's going to stay a mini golf. I just don't know what they're going to replace it with. But they announced it for a while. I think the castle's been there for a long time. But they announced it a couple weeks ago that they were only going to be open for a short while, and then it was pretty much like your last time to play if you wanted to before they bulldozed the castle. But yeah, the castle got torn down. Where am I going from here? I think that might be the last one. Ah, wait a minute. I do have a few more. Let's see. One of them is in Ocean City. And then I got some Ocean Pines updates too. I'm not going to go over there, but I do have some. I'll explain it. Fishtails is closed for the season, but right in front of it, it used to be a Subway. And it's up for lease now. That's not there anymore. I actually never really saw anybody in there. Nick and I went in there once, but that was it. The old Phillips is still there. It's not a restaurant anymore. It's all rooms for seasonal employees. I was just talking to someone the other day about that, how like Phillips was such a powerhouse down here, and now there's none left. Like, all the properties are sold. Cowboy Coast, that's still nothing with that. That's the Spain Wine Bar owner. Apparently he says it's going to be open by the spring. I have no idea. His other one in Ocean Pines is still not open, and he said that was going to definitely be open in the fall. Anthony's, that one, there's been a lot of people asking about that one. The Matt Ort Companies took over the lease, and he's going to be opening it next year, 2026. The last update that I have is actually in Ocean Pines. The big news that we got the other day was Taylor's Restaurant, and I'm bummed on that one because them and Pines Public House had like two of the best crab cakes in Ocean Pines. I'm not joking. They were really good. If you're near Ocean Pines, obviously with Taylor's not there anymore, but if you go to Pines Public House, get the crab cake. It's really good. But anyway, Taylor's is up for, I think it's up for sale or it was just sold, I'm not sure. But it was crazy because they haven't opened it that long, and it's the same owner as the Tap House restaurants. So he bought it, and then I don't even think he had it 2 years. Maybe he did. Yeah, you know what? Maybe it was 2 years. That used to be our spot that we would go to after the kids' baseball games. We would always go there because the food was always really good. It was kind of like a local hangout. But that's it. That's all the updates I got. It's been pretty crazy so far, and I guess we'll find out more over the winter of what's going on. And then obviously spring gets pretty wild with everybody trying to reopen and new places coming and going, so it should be exciting. Oh, and enjoy the excitement that we had with the fire trucks and the mulch. We thought it was the pump house at first, and then we got reports after it was actually a mulch fire in the back. They literally just spread that mulch too, like a day or two prior. But yep, that was the major excitement around Ocean Pines. All right, see you on the next one. We were just watching football and we heard a bunch of sirens coming out.
Here comes the hook and ladder.
Oh yeah, they blocked up front. Out there. I mean, you can definitely see it. It's smoking.
Yeah. I was like, bro, did we get arrested?
Yeah, we hit so the police car came in. He was like walking around over there. They're breaking down the fence. Another one? Here comes another one. The big guns. We got one truck here. We got one over there. The chief over there.
Another truck over there.
Yeah, that's one of the volunteers. It's like the most action we've ever seen living here.
What was the first?
This is it. This is the only other action we had was when the backhoe and all those got stuck during the snowstorm, and every piece of equipment that they brought in to get the other one unstuck would get stuck.
Oh, there's
Another one.
Oh my gosh.
Got everybody coming today. It looks like it's pretty much out. They broke in, I think, through the back and just extinguished it. It looked like at one point they were going to put that ladder up, but they didn't. So that's it. That's all the action.